Good afternoon, and welcome to the end of week market review for Friday, December 21st, 2012. Before we get started with today's presentation, we are going to ask that you pause this video while you give the disclaimer a quick read. Once you're done, you can go ahead and press play. So we're going to be covering a few topics. We're going to be starting off by taking a look at the market news, which will also look at the economic reports. We're then going to look at some daily and weekly charts for both the S&P 500 and the TSX. We'll then wrap things up by taking a look at the volatility indicator. As we can see, the markets did end up for the week. It's up 0.43% from last week's close. The S&P 500 is up 1.17% from last week's close. So all in all, we had a pretty good week in the market, despite having the markets tumble down today. We can see that oil is also up for the week. It is up 2.36%, putting it to $88.81 per barrel. Silver did take a large decline. It is down 7.17% from last week. This is putting it to $30.04 per ounce. Gold is also down 2.27% from last week, putting it to $1,656.70 per ounce. If you look at the US-Canadian pair, it's up 0.72% from last week, putting it to 0.9930 pips. We could see that our jobless reports did come a little bit more positive than we expected. We had about 4,000 less jobless reports than expected. So we did end up with a little bit of a boost from that initial claims report. Taking a look at the S&P 500 on the daily chart, we can see that we're looking to find some support around 1425. Now the MACD is declining bullish. That's the black line over top of the blue line, though it's just barely over top of the blue line. Any more of a decline and we can expect a cross down below the blue line. Looking at the weekly chart for the S&P 500, we can see that things are still trending up though. And although we've had a couple of bad days, we are still continuing to move forward with the possibility that in the next couple weeks or couple months we could be up and into the 1500s. The TSX is also looking for some support. It's looking for some support around 12,350. Now its MACD is flat bullish and with its black line over top of the blue line. Things are looking a little bit better for the TSX on the short-term scale, with it still trading nicely between the upper and lower trend lines. However, if you look at the weekly chart, you can see that it is being pinched. And although recently it's been gradually trading higher, it is still trending down as far as the trend lines go. So it's going to be another couple weeks before we see which way the TSX is going to pop. And whether it pops up or down is really going to depend over how things go for the rest of December. The volatility indicator did open up quite high today, but it managed to work its way back down to a semi-normal level. It's now down to 17.84. Given that it is still a little bit too volatile for our liking, and given that the trading is going to be a lot slower over the next week, we would advise that we trade with a lot of caution, really making sure that we're not going too heavy in any of our trading positions. So with that said, if you have any further questions, feel free to email us at training@idealtradinglifestyle.com, or you can call us toll free at 1-888-942-0266. Just make sure that you're dialing extension number 5. So with that said, this has been the end of week market review for Friday, December 21st, 2012. Ciao for now.